So, a progress report, October the 2nd. I pulled the shade cloth off the tables a few days ago. There comes a point, you judge it basically by experience, where you determine that the plants need the sun more than they need protection from the sun. We've got falling light levels. To a degree, declining temperatures, though we're in a comfortable mid-80s today. And at this point we want these plants getting as much light as they possibly can. I started them a week later than I typically would, which is substantial at this time of year, but you know, you get things done when you can. And I'm pleased with the way things are coming together, all told. I'll be looking to get a fair share of these plants into the area over yonder, where we're just preparing the greenhouse right now. I think I might have mentioned that I have a small degree of experience pulling together dirt cheap greenhouse systems that can handle winter weather like snow load and so on and so forth. At this juncture, of course, it all looks very fragile. We can stop, for example, snow crushing this very, very sort of, you could say, fragile structure, really, half-inch rebar, by placing T-posts underneath the purlin. That's essentially the beam that'll be running the full length. When snow threatens, that'll stop any downward pressure down the centre of the greenhouse. That doesn't mean that we won't still have to deal with snow load potentially pushing the rebar further into the ground. So one of the things we do here, you can see, is attach it securely to the lumber with, that's about $60 worth of lumber, to basically line both sides of the greenhouse and provide a established platform to keep the rebar in place. We'll be getting the array of plants, an array of those plants, or at least into these beds. Who knows, maybe hopefully by the end of the week. The field crops are totally booming. There should be a row to walk down here, and there should be another row to walk down here. You can see that I have a challenge on my hands. The crops are going into overdrive, and I'm needing to harvest. One of the less well noticed but fundamental dynamics that really begins to show itself as you begin to marry visionary agroecological projects to visionary social service projects in combinations that click is that the intelligence of the natural world begins to lead you and steward you rather than you imposing your will upon life. You begin to listen to what the plants are telling you. So, for example, the plants are telling me that they need to be harvested, or at least a portion of them need to be harvested. So I was off this morning visiting my local church, my local Baptist church just down the road, talking about ways we're going to potentially get that food into the local community. A classic example of Gaian intelligence shaping a local church-based social service project. We don't know what we're going to be doing with the food coming out of this garden yet, but it gives us an opportunity to share kindness, share the word.